I'm Wendy and I am camping with the tent. So when I started off, I really wanted to get a van, but that wasn't in the budget, so I thought I will get a tent, and I had to have something that would be set-upable with just me. So I saw the reviews, and this Coleman dome tent was $50 on Amazon, and I could set it up in about 4 or 5 minutes. So it's worked out really well, and I think it will withstand winds of about 10 miles, maybe 10 miles an hour. So it's been great. I've really enjoyed it. And of course, I can't sleep on the ground anymore, so I got a cot, and that thing has been great. So this is my cot, and it has been a lifesaver, so I don't have to sleep on the ground. And I got it on Amazon. I think it's a Coleman cot, and it's very small. This is the smallest one they make, and I'm 5'4", and it fits me. And it comes with this little pad, and then I have a sleeping bag that is rated for about 30 degrees. Then I have a light down comforter, and then I have, this is the actual queen or king size cotton comforter that I use. It kind of holds everything in place because things tend to slip a little bit. And then what I also like about this is that, you know, I have all the storage underneath. So I've been camping for 5 days, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And already I've learned to stay organized, because the first day I came out, it was a mess. I had everything all over the place, and I don't live well with clutter. So
that actually brings me to what your channel is called, which is
The Cleanup Queen.
Yes. So
yeah.
All right.
So anyway, I just the main thing is Gigi, because having a dog travel with you, it lends a whole new. It's more complicated. So what I've done here is I have her bed, and then for extra warmth I have this quilt. And normally she sleeps with me, but it's just too small. So she sleeps down here. This is my pillow, and I can reach her, and then I put another blanket on top of her at night. So she sleeps very warmly, and then I don't have to worry. And then of course, first thing when I wake up in the morning, then I bring her in bed and we snuggle, and that works out great. And she's happy as can be. Gigi, very good girl. So this is Gigi, and she's been a trooper, and the main thing is just keeping her warm. But you know what I've discovered is in the desert, she is not drinking as much water as she should. So this is a great tip, is to get one of these little syringes from Walmart or somewhere. So I got a little water in here, and I just, she,
Moo Moo needs that.
Hydrated.
Yeah, because Moo Moo, she's bad about not drinking. She'll wait until she gets like really, really thirsty, and then she'll lock a bunch of water down. So.
Exactly, and I know from previous experience that when their gums get tacky, they're dehydrated, and you can pinch their head, you know, the skin on their head. So she was dehydrated, and she would not drink enough water. So I am giving her a couple tablespoons of water every 20 minutes or so. So this has been a real lifesaver.
Yes, give any helpful tips?
Well, I think one of the big tips that if I had known, I'm glad I bought these, so I would pass this tip on, are these spring clamps. I've got a variety of sizes. These things, you can get them from Harbor Freight or the dollar store, I think, and I'm telling you, I have had to make my own shade with sheets. I use them to dry my towels. These have been awesome. So I have a box of those.
Yes, that's an awesome idea.
Water, I mean, I just have a bunch of these, and I keep them in the car, and I have this. This is kind of my multi-use bowl. I use it to wash my hands, wash my face. Well, this is my comfy seat. I've had it for several years, and I like it because it collapses really small and it fits easily in my car.
So how much did the tent cost you, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, it was about $50 on Amazon.
Oh, that's a great price.
Yeah, and one person, if it's not super windy, can set it up pretty easily.
So
tent, 5 minutes, and the fly another couple of minutes. My car has been indispensable in storage, so I don't have to put everything in and out of my tent. So I use this, it looks disorganized, but it actually is very organized. And I have a system of, so like this is a box with all my little things like clips and batteries, scissors, hand warmers, rope, headlamp. things that I might need to use, and I have got into this quite a bit. My clothes, bags are indispensable. Having bags for different things that you need is great.
Agreed.
So that has been really great. And then, so this is a lot of stuff that I don't use every day. And my system in the tent is I have a couple of smaller bags that you saw under there, and that's when I put what I'm going to eat the next day or the clothes that I'm going to wear the next day. So it's really minimal and it's uncluttered, and then I stay happy. Or not. All right, so I use the back seat for my food storage, and I have a snack bag. I try to make little bags so that things are organized. These are things like rice, pasta, oatmeal. These are actually my empty water bottles I need to get rid of. I have canned goods, oil, salsa. I have peanut butter and jelly in these bags. And that way, again, I can get what I want for the next day, and it stays organized in my tent, stays organized in here. And actually I just bought this today because I need a little more padding on my cot, so I aired it out because it smelled really chemically, and I'm gonna cut this to size and sleep on this tonight for a little extra padding.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
Do you live full time in your car?
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm exploring the possibility of traveling. I would love to travel for at least 4 to 6 months a year.
So you're just testing it out in your car?
I'm testing the waters, and this is a great way to do it. It's inexpensive. It's a $50 tent. And I thought, in case it's inclement weather, if it's super windy, or if it's raining, I can sleep back here in the fetal position this way. I can put blankets down on the seat, and I have these little spring rods. I don't know if you can see them. They're just from Walmart. And then I have the black fleece that I can drape over them, and I can have privacy on all 4 sides.
So that was my next question. So have you slept in the car yet?
I haven't yet, and that's only for emergency, because it won't be as comfortable as sleeping on a cot.
Obviously.
But I had to have a backup plan.
Right.
That's my backup.
But I will tell you that I know there are people that do sleep in their car, and it's important to go ahead and make it comfortable. I would try it a night or two, just so that way when it comes around to it, you'll be ready for it. So.
I think that's a good idea. And actually, now that I have this foam, it'll be even more comfortable. I think the main thing is making this seat where the little buckets are, because it's not level.
Right.
And when you're getting older like I am, you really need to have it level and cushy, and you got to have a good night's sleep.
The foam should help with that, though.
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah. So the car has been, I didn't think that I wanted to use the car in this way, but it's been a lifesaver. So one big tip is I had to disable all of the lights. Now this I can turn off.
Carolyn did the same thing with hers.
I did it myself. So if you look down here on the door, so right here was the lens, and then I had to use a really small screwdriver, and I had to pry off the lens off of each one of the doors and in the trunk, and then I had to use a cloth because the light bulbs get hot, and I pulled them out, and I put them all in a baggie so that when I get back home, they can go back on. But this is going to save my battery. I don't want a dead battery.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. So this is the front of my car, and 2 tips. I got a seat belt for Gigi, so I put all the blankets in here when I'm traveling, the sleeping bag and her bed, and it's real tall so she can see out the front door. And then I have this adjustable seat belt. It just goes right in here for safety.
I have one for Lulu as well.
Oh, I'm so glad I got it. And the other lifesaver is this Reflectix foldable what do you call it? A sunscreen?
Sunscreen, yeah. This is actually a very large one.
It is, and I'm telling you, this has been a lifesaver. Every time I have to pull over to check my Google Maps, to get directions, because it is hot outside, and this thing has helped me. And then it folds easily, and I put it right down here on the side next to Gigi. And so I got this at the 99-cent store. They had them at Walmart for $8, but this is a better one at the 99-cent store for $2. So I've been real happy with it.
Great price.
Yeah, it's been great. So those are my tips.
Go.
So I cook using this really inexpensive, I think it's a Walmart brand. It's like a Coleman $15 cooktop, and it uses a lighter. It doesn't have a piezo switch. And anyway, this has been great. So in the morning, first thing, I wake up pretty early, and I boil my water, and I do a pour over coffee. That's my luxury. And sometimes I'll do a little water for oatmeal, and I can also heat canned goods, and it's very simple. And I usually cook in here, right here, because there's enough clearance because it's windy. And I don't
you haven't found a problem with that at all?
No.
And it's working well for you?
It's working very well. The only thing is, because this is a small tent, I'm having to squat a lot. And so when Gigi's not, if she's on this bed, then I can use this. It has double duty, which is important when you're traveling. So now I'm using this because it's a memory foam bed, and I use this for my knees, and this has been a
squatting
lifesaver.
pad.
It's a squatting pad, so yep.
Very nifty idea.
Yeah.
All right, what's this in the corner?
All right, so that is the bucket. So this is my bathroom area.
Okay, so you just use the bucket system.
Yep, it's very simple.
Yep.
And there are plenty of YouTube videos that show you all about it. And I practiced a little bit before I left, and it has been no problem at all. It's been really easy.
And it's been working out for you.
Works great.
Awesome.
So I'm Wendy Williams, and I do have a YouTube channel. You can Google The Cleanup Queen on YouTube. I'm not sure of the link actually, and I give cleaning tips. And it's been great talking and meeting with you, Aja. Thank you so much for interviewing me.
It's been so awesome.
And this is Gigi.
Hey,
She's been a
Gigi.
trooper.
She has been.
Yeah.